Hello, beautiful sons. I used to call you guys sons. My soles. That's how you say son in Spanish. Soles. Hi, soles. Hola, soles. This channel started with the name Horizon of Love. It started for my love for art back when I was living in California, and I was in a point where I felt a lot of pain in my life. I felt really lost, and I just started to dive deep into esoteric subjects, tarot, astrology, and all in between. By saying yes to astrology, more came into my life that I could ever imagine, and I'm still mystified by my path. And to be honest with you, beyond mistakes, I can say like there's so much I will never understand. And we know this, right? We know this. We know that life is never ending till it ends. And then we want to have it figured out, but we figure it out, and the next day is like a brand new evolution. So I dare to also question some spiritual concepts where it's like we don't need duality to growth, and at the same time, isn't it dualistic to expand and contract? Right? So and this is a question with in my own understanding in spirituality, where okay, we came here, we're anchoring a new earth in the light of God for the glory of God, and I find it fascinating that it's like, okay, I'm letting go of learning through suffering, and yet the premise of being alive is expansion and contraction. It is following, living with the sun who disappears when the moon comes. We live in the cycles of the moon. We live in a body that gets old day by day. We give birth. We die in the moment that we give birth. For a man, your ejaculation is a death and a rebirth as well. So I find it fascinating, these spiritual concepts, where I'm like, I feel lost. And I think, as you guys know, if you've seen the series, I've been more open about my relationship with Jesus Christ. The plot twist is that I still believe in psychic messages. Nothing will ever give me something that I can only give myself in communion with God. God lives in me. The divine spark lives in me. I'm a daughter of the Most High. And this life, this incarnation can be lonely. And in a psychic video, you feel connected. So if you've been seeing psychic videos online, I want to give you this perspective in the light of Jesus Christ, Jesus, Yeshua, Yahweh, which is those videos serve a purpose beyond evil and beyond those videos. Yes, may not be the end all be all, yet they can be guiding lights. They can be signs that are really there supporting you in this figuring it out on this earth where there's so many distractions. Something I would like to say in the light of God, and I realized this the past days, is like the downside of these psychic messages is like we can hear the rhetoric. I've been there, where it's like, oh, the algorithm gave you this. Beautiful. Do we know the true intention of the algorithm? And I heard this from, funny enough, some Christian creators, because their connection to Jesus, Holy Mother, Holy Father of all life, and and that I respect. And I think as human beings we get to respect each other, but honestly, There are connections that are so pure with God that you don't really care about the language and about not being on the same page or not exercising your life in the same way. Their connection to God, it is inspiring and holy and also worthy of be witnessed when it awakens something in you, even if they practice their life differently than you, right? So what was I so one of the Christians that give prophetic words, they were like the devil can speak through the algorithm just like God can. And I was like, oh my God, not only with the psychic videos, with queerness exploration, different ways of relating, and all in between, career advice, I've been giving my power away to the algorithm. I have been giving my power to the algorithm. And then this Christian prophet said in that same video, God is omnipresent. Sophia, she didn't say Sophia. Sophia is omnipresent. Yahweh is omnipresent. The divine intelligence is omnipresent. Jesus, that connects you to God and cleans all the darkness, not because Kalima doesn't do it, but because it is your calling to do it with Jesus in his lifetime. Okay? God is omnipresent. God is omnipresent. The devil, the enemy, is not. The devil is not omnipresent. It's not in every fiber of creation. And this is where we get it twisted with God, where we can see, we get scared with the dark forces that, yes, surround us, unfortunately, and have been perpetrated, and many things have been perpetrated and played with to get us distracted. But how can a tree or practicing in a forest, making love with God, feeling the love, that's true making love, feeling the love with yourself on earth, how can that be unholy and evil when you know you're connected with God? And yes, it can be tricky when practicing with rituals and this and that and beliefs and teachings. You're right. That's why I gave my life to Jesus, because I knew that power held power. I knew that his crucifixion, and I know, is not in vain. And it will lead you to connect with your highest truth. And from that point, it is your homework to take fearless and ferocious and radical action towards that you start encountering, even in confusion. So you can really understand your path, and more than understanding it, kind of understanding it, but still not fully seeing the path ahead and walking it. I know. So, yes, there's so many things that have been perpetrated and confused. But what's your calling? Instead of giving power away and instead of getting lost in language of what it is and what it isn't, what is it that is calling you, beautiful being? A pilgrimage site might never give you something, but on your way to the pilgrimage site, the answer might come, because we're here to move and to take action. I don't have the full answers, and there's so much information, so much confusion. But when you trust the omnipresent presence of God in your heart, in your being, in your desires, in nature, in the flowers, in other beings, when you see their beauty, in the way God made you, and you realize it's all made in perfection, and it has an intelligent order, then you take back your true power. Not because what your bank account says, but because what you know it exists within you. That is irreplaceable, irrevocable, and cannot be stolen. And no mistake and learning curve can take away from you. Because you really know who you are and what you came here to do. So you'll know when you feel called to do a practice because it's genuine for you. You'll know it's holy. For some other people, their journey is different. And for them, some practices with Mother Earth will be unholy. And it's funny, without their testimony and their surrendering to Jesus and seeing these things as evil, I wouldn't have received the example of what it means to be connected so deeply with yourself. So deeply that you cut through all the bullshit and you trust yourself. Indeed, the more you connect with God, with Jesus, the less you feel called to external sources. Absolutely. And there's moments where you just want to meditate and be in silence with God and not do a ritual. And then it's the calling of finding the balance and following that. And standing in your truth and taking action for that. And making it your own. So if you're learning certain practices that are more tantric, yoga related, from other lineages, then you do it from your sovereignty, with that rebelliousness that we came here to anchor. Even greater miracles will be done than the ones that have been done. May thy will be done, not mine. The kingdom of heaven belongs to the children. I'm not really sure if I'm just expressing what is being inside me. And I want to thank every person that has honored their truth and shared, because I wouldn't be here with us without that. And I think when I found Jesus, I cut through all the bullshit. And yet, I still need community and company. And it's been a journey to get it physically, but psychic videos from creators and children of God that are really connected with God. Maybe not from the Jesus perspectives, but have their own strong connection in their own unique way, have really helped me. And that deserves an honor. I'm happy I'm sharing this part of myself, and may be what it needs to be in your life. May God bless you. May Jesus Christ be what be. I love you so much. See you on the next video, Monologues with God. And last thing I'll say, some people say that when you pray to God, you're praying to yourself. Yes, and I think we are ready to reclaim that power. But I don't want to carry the weight of the world. I'm a child of the divine. And I wish and I pray that that can be said more and more. Because it's funny, when you hear to all of these traditions and teachings, they're all leading to home, and the more you allow yourself to be transformed by them in the light of God from your center, the more you receive their message and what they truly mean and how welcoming they can be. And from that awareness that I have gained in daring to say yes from the light of God, meaning, Jesus, if you want me doing this, then show it. Okay, come with me, protect me from any entities and dark forces. And from that space, you realize you don't need to carry it all, and there's a higher purpose on why you're being called to do things the way you are being called to do them. And you take that place with honor, with truth. And understand your path that is not like somebody else's.